Amanda Turner here, along with William Harvey Turner. We're here tonight to talk to you about the Houston Texans Tennessee Titans game. Yeah, that was ugly. It is what it is. And you know what? I can't even say this is on Tom Savage because he passed for over 365 yards. He had that one touchdown and that one ugly interception in the fourth quarter. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, Tom Savage sucks. We know he's passed for more interceptions and touchdowns this season. And it is what it is. We've had a ton of freaking injuries, and it's hard to overcome that. When you lose your best players on defense, in JJ and Merciless, and when you lose your best, come on, when you lose Deshaun Watson, it's very hard to overcome, and it is what it is. It's okay, and we're going to move on to next season. We're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but everybody knows, Texans fans, that it's over for us. I do want to touch on the highlights. Thank you, DeAndre Hopkins. Wow. You're one of the best. You're one of the best receivers in the league. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of the top three. When you look at Julio Jones and Antonio Brown, you're one of the best. I know you're not going to be acknowledged because you're with the Texans and you have no quarterback right now, but you are a badass. That one-handed grab you had, you were a wow. You were a wow to me. You're the only exciting thing in our offense, and I love watching you. So enough said about the Texans, and we're moving on. Let's move on to other teams and other games. I don't know what the hell's going on with Kansas City, but that's an ugly situation. I'm tired of you talking about, let's move on to Pat Mahomes. What are you talking about? Alex Smith passed for over 300 frickin' yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, and he rushed for over, he had that 70-yard interception. 70-yard running play, and Kareem Hunt didn't even rush for that many yards, so just stop. Your defense sucked. You had way too many penalties, and you lost. It had nothing to do with Alex Smith, so you need to lay off that dude and move on. Talking about other games, I really love what I'm seeing out of New Orleans. Wow. You guys look awesome. Drew Brees looks good, but it doesn't even matter because the two running backs you have in Mark Ingram and Kamara, that running back tandem is awesome. It's a very exciting offense to watch, and your defense is greatly improved. I thought that Carolina would play better, but they really didn't. And I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing out of New Orleans. The Minnesota game against Atlanta, great game. I'm really happy to see Case Keenum continue to win. I love it. I love seeing that. I love seeing that out of Case Keenum because Minnesota didn't believe in him, and he's proved you wrong. He's proved you wrong, and he's kicking ass and taking names, and you're winning. And Minnesota, your defense is great, and I really like watching you. Really, really good team. I really owe the Seattle Seahawks fans an apology because I really thought you were going to get your asses kicked tonight. I thought that the Eagles were going to beat you. Not even close. Russell Wilson, who has my vote for MVP right now. Russell Wilson is kicking ass and taking names. He is the running game. He's the passing game. He is awesome. Russell Wilson, you're awesome. And I love what I'm saying. Seattle's defense looked really good. Considering, you didn't have Cam Chancellor. You did not have who, to me, is one of the best in the league, in Richard Sherman. You played great, and you won. Very surprised. Great job from Seattle. So I really like what I'm seeing out of a lot of teams. In the NFC, I think the NFC is dominating. When you look at Minnesota, you look at New Orleans, you look at the Eagles, you look at the Rams, you look at what you're seeing out of the Saints. There's a lot of good teams. 4 teams that are dominant right now. So it's going to be very interesting. in the playoffs. Very, very interesting on the NFC side. When it comes to the AFC side, I think you've got obviously the Patriots as they continue. You've got the Steelers, and who else? We'll see. It's going to be very interesting to see if Kansas City can do well. You've got the Chargers, who's looking pretty damn good. I mean, they're kicking ass and taking names right now. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But I think the top two teams in the AFC are the Steelers and the Patriots. And then when you look at the NFC, it's very tough to decipher because I think the Eagles, you've got Minnesota, you've got the Saints, and you got the Rams. You've got some really good teams there. You've got Seattle up and coming. Green Bay won today, and we'll see because Aaron Rodgers is back in a couple weeks. So it's going to be very interesting, but very anxious to see what happens to unfold, and we'll see. Peace out. Have a great week, everybody.